Hey, what's up, guys? The voice of Jackson here. I just wanted to say really quickly, I'm sorry for having so much technical difficulties. This episode was supposed to be up on Sunday, as it usually is, but my laptop's been super glitchy, and I wasn't able to fix it until I went to go see the Apple Store. So I appreciate you guys' patience. Our predictions are going to be a little bit dated because, of course, the Oscars happened after we recorded this episode. But I hope you guys will still enjoy. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good listening experience.
The following podcast has been rated PGN. Parental guidance is neglected.
Boy, it's been a long time since we've had a little father-son chat.
I am your father.
Father, if you can hear me, I failed.
Don't let your mother smell that beer on your breath. She'll take it out on me.
I'm here with my dad.
I know what you're gonna say, son. And you're right. You're right.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I've abandoned my boy!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Parental Guidance Neglected, everyone's favorite father-son movie reviewing podcast. I'm Jackson Burns, and today I'm joined with, of course, my father.
Hey, everybody.
Regan Burns.
Hey.
Yeah, say hi to the people.
Hi, people. You said this is their favorite father-son podcast, as though there's another father-son movie podcast out there. We still have not officially...
There's not I know of a father-son music YouTube channel.
Yeah, we've talked about those losers.
I'll turn my light up a little bit, but yeah, they're a little bit below us, I guess you'd say. Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy. It's been about 45 seconds since I last saw you.
Yeah, so right now I'm upstairs and you're downstairs.
I know you're in my studio. You've taken over.
Yeah, I'm kind of in your space right now. Yeah.
So for our listeners, my son Jackson is home for spring break this week. Heading back. Well, when you're going to be listening to this on Sunday, he'll probably be on his way back to school, rushing back to see the Academy Awards. I'm sure there's some kind of drinking game involved when you go to film school. How does that work at film school? Would you drink every time?
No, I don't think it's a drinking game. That's a good idea, though. You're giving me good ideas.
What would be, if you get back in time and watch the Oscars and it was going to be a drinking game what could be a good drinking game for the Oscars? You have to drink, you have to take a sip every time
someone's snubbed.
Is snubbed? But who decides what a snub is, though?
We're all snobby film kids. Everyone kind of collectively
right. So
like,
every time like an art house film doesn't win.
Yeah, every time a foreign film is excluded from something stupid like that. We can think of a better one than that, though. Every time a celebrity says something that makes you go,
that wasn't
that funny.
How about every time? How about you have to chug for the entire acceptance speech of the winner of Best Editing? So, because those guys drone on forever. So everyone just starts ready. Just do chug until the end of the editing.
That's recipe for disaster. I think that would be.
And that's usually like
the game would end too quickly.
That's like an early award too. They get those loser ones out of the way, so you'll stick around for the others.
No, they're not doing them this year. Did you see? They excluded a bunch of them from the televised ones this year.
They're like doing them in advance, and then they're gonna just broadcast like an edited version of it. What do you think about that? You're a film student.
I'm upset.
Did you really?
Because that's gonna be me.
Really? Did you really?
Because that could be me.
Well, let's be honest.
Okay. Wow. Well, if I ever do below the line work and I win an Oscar, you won't be able to watch it on TV.
No.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'll be there. I'm sure I'll be your second, right? If you had
okay,
who would you if you could take, you got nominated for an Academy Award. You could take your wife, your sister, your mother, or me. Only one. Who are you taking to the Academy Awards?
I have to take my wife.
How long have you known her?
My wife has the ability to leave me. You guys don't have that option.
We could leave you in an instant. You have no idea how often that's been.
Yeah, I'm sure my wife would love it if I was like, yeah, look,
you're gonna have a second wife at some point. I mean, probably. If not a third. What if she was your second wife? Would you take your second wife? Would you thank your first wife who stood by you and then you dropped after you became big?
This is going way too fast.
That's
there are
too
too many
much?
questions. This is too much of a... Too much needs to happen.
I don't know. I think you would take the guy who you do a podcast about movies with, but you do what you got to
We'll
do.
see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I know.
Before we get too deep into this,
Yeah,
I just want to
sorry.
throw out
Go ahead.
a quick disclaimer that this is a hip hop artist merch T-shirt. I'm not trying to make a political statement on this podcast. It's just the T-shirt that I had on hand today.
For people who aren't watching and listening, it's a picture of.
It's the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and it says, but instead of saying "Don't tread on me," it says "You think you know me," because it's like his producer tag.
Who?
That's the bit. JPEG Mafia.
Oh,
Shout out to JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Okay. Could you save all the rap for your other podcast?
I just had to make a disclaimer.
If you start bringing up,
I don't want
all
anyone
the
making false assumptions
Tylers
about
and
who I am behind the scenes.
Run the jewels. I'm gonna just check out right now. We're here to talk about Sandra Bullock's hair and nothing else.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, so welcome to Parental Guidance Neglected, the podcast Father and Son talking movies. Every week we try to discuss a new film or a couple if we manage to get out to the theaters more than that. We also will take suggestions from the audience. We have our audience suggestion for a great film this week. And since it is the Oscars, this is probably we're gonna release this Sunday around lunch. So for you diehard fans, if you want to hear
12:15 on Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to hear our predictions, you might be listening to this after the Oscars, and you can go, "Oh my God, were they completely wrong?" And I guess we're going to have a little friendly competition, you and I, about the Oscar picks.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So we're gonna.
Friendly is a weird word.
What's that?
I don't know if I'd say friendly. I'd say more of just a competition. Because I'm in this to win it. I'm not in this to make friends. So. Just thought I'd get that out of the way.
Just trying to remember if I paid your spring tuition bill yet.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So we'll see. Maybe you'll throw a few now to make me look a little bit better. So we'll get to our we'll get to our Oscar predictions and our pseudo contest later in the show. Let's start with, shall we? This was the week. We have a quick change of plans here. This was the week we were supposed to watch a fantastic film suggested by one of our listeners that neither one of us had seen. And last week we picked the movie that Colin Fullerton picked, Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell, kind of a dark comedy drama with Dustin Hoffman and Maggie Gyllenhaal, big cast that critics seem to love but never did well, and it's slipped through the cracks with Jackson and I. Jackson, what did we think of that movie?
We couldn't find it anywhere.
We did not watch it. We couldn't
find it anywhere.
On demand. We checked on Vudu and Netflix and HBO Max and Amazon
Every
Prime.
subscription service you could possibly try, we tried it, and it just didn't happen.
And then
which is our fault for not checking before we
should.
picked, to be fair.
We learned. But we found one streaming station called, it was like Pluto TV.
Pluto TV,
that said they had it, and we downloaded the app on the TV, and they didn't have it either, and it was some weird...
It's like the worst user interface I've ever seen on a
if
streaming
anyone has
platform.
used Pluto TV before, please explain to me how that works, because that was a nightmare trying to navigate that.
No search bar, so
we went to our second runner-up last week of the film we were going to pick. This is a small independent movie, I think, made by a graduate of NYU. It was a longer film, or a longer version of a short film that he did while he was at Tisch or NYU or whichever one that is, and then expanded on it. One of our listeners, Shay, I don't think I have a last name, recommended it. It looked very artsy, very dark. It was called The Giant. And we went ahead. We were able to find that one on demand, Jackson. And I think I might speak for both of us when I say, I wish we hadn't.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we didn't finish it. I think I need to give a disclaimer.
We did not.
We got what, 30 minutes in?
Maybe that. Maybe Shay thought that was the worst. I really thought I had to go back and check. Did she recommend this as a great film we should have seen?
I don't know. It wasn't. So here's the thing. You pulled up an interview afterwards with the director, and he mentioned that they shot it on actual film, which I can respect, but it feels like they put the entirety of the budget into shooting it on film, because this entire movie was criminally underlit. I mean, you couldn't see anything in any of the shots. And when it was lit horribly.
It was so dark. It was this teen angst murder mystery in a small town and the summer after graduation. If you think it was so bad that you couldn't see anything, I couldn't understand.
You couldn't hear anything either.
Everyone was whispering with that annoying teenage fry, kind of like, "Did you have any Carol?"
Everyone was talking like this the whole time.
Maybe we should go down to the swimming hall.
It was every character was unlikable. Every line was delivered the same growly, whiny way.
Shay,
you couldn't see anything unless it was being blasted with light in like the daytime.
I feel bad. I want her to write in and explain exactly why she loved this film so much or thought we should see it, but I feel like we already did our homework and saw the horrible film this month. We didn't make it through it. Jackson and I watched. No. In fact, we watched all the movies we're talking about this week together. And I think I'm the one who finally hit the button and go, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, we were just watching it, all of a sudden it just turned off, and he goes, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because we got 30 minutes in, and I felt like I had sat through 4 hours of
I felt like maybe we should look up the people that were in it or the director before we talked about it, but I didn't even write any of it down because, I'll be honest with you, I just wanted to forget it. I mean...
Yeah, no, it was...
we
not
had
much else I can say.
It was like hunting for something, like a hunting for a mystical creature that you've heard was magical, and then you capture it, and it's a squirrel, and it's kind of a rabid squirrel.
Yeah,
it's a rabid squirrel.
Yeah.
How's that for a film review?
That was a...
I don't even know how much time I
want
to spend on it. I do want to ask Shay to please, defend it, write in if you want. But our first supposed great film that we have somehow missed turned out to be
pretty much unwatchable. Yeah,
was unwatchable. There you have that. Hey, how's your week going, buddy? I just don't know how much time we're gonna spend on the Giant. It was bad.
Yeah, no. Let's be honest here. My week's going good.
Do you like being
finally back home?
Have you liked being
I
home?
do. It's been very relaxing.
Is it weird? Do you feel like I've grown a lot since you've left, or did I look different when you got back?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think everything's pretty much the same.
Do I look like?
No, did you?
I look more in shape, or just toned better, or anything? No.
Still in shape. I think you're still in shape. That's probably the way I'd say it.
Yeah, I ran a race. I ran a race today. Yeah.
You did? You ran a race today?
Yeah, I ran a 10.
How'd that go?
10K.
Tell the viewers what you did.
I was in the top 10. Maybe 6, 7, somewhere around there. I don't know. I haven't got the official
somewhere
results.
Around there.
Yeah, you know how it is.
What are you drinking right now?
Kool-Aid. No, this is
like what?
This is like one of the like Gatorade knockoffs. I don't know, the Powerade or the 7-Eleven Replenish, or it's Gatorade.
Did you put ice in it?
I did. Is that bad? Is that why are you shaking your
head?
I
always do no in any flavored drink. I always do no ice because it always gets.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. I left it out all night on the kitchen counter.
Oh, okay,
you probably saw it.
Okay, that's fair.
And it's gonna take too long if I put it in the refrigerator, and I want my cold beverage now. I think that's fair.
That's fair.
And I'm a little parched.
I can accept that.
I have a lot of dirt in my throat from the trail race that I ran today and took in the top 10.
Just inhaling dust.
Yeah, I was just inhaling dust as I was just flying past everybody on the course to finish in the top 10. But I don't want to dwell on that or anything.
Right, you don't want to brag too much.
Yeah, how'd the film go? You only came home for half a spring break because you were shooting a student film. I was key grip. Was it as good as the Giant?
Hopefully better than the Giant. Hopefully way better than the Giant. But I'm very excited to see how it comes out. Everyone did a great job. It was a lot of fun. A lot of cool people.
Did you like being a key grip? Were you able to keep your grip? or did you ever lose your grip?
I kept my grip the whole time.
You held that key the entire time. They were like, Jackson,
I was keying it. I was gripping it.
Here is the key. Do not lose it. And for the entire shoot, you gripped the hell out of that key. Oh.
No, it was good. It was good though. I had a lot of fun. Gripping's a lot of fun, especially when you're with like a good group of people,
right?
Like I was this weekend.
Right. Well, since you were home, Jackson, we got to see just the Giant, but you and I hit the theaters twice this week, didn't we?
We did. We saw 2 new movies this week. 2
new films. Which one do you want to tackle first?
I guess the one that we saw first, probably.
Talk to me. Talk to me. What was the movie? What did we see?
So we saw X. The first, literally within, less than an hour of me coming back, we went and just saw X in the theaters, and yeah, I was very happy with it. I liked it a lot. What did you think?
Well, X, that is a lot of people in smaller markets may not have heard about it. I think it's kind of a limited release film. It's from the A24 Studios, which is kind of the golden child of small independent films. It is a throwback horror film to the era of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and kind of the 70s ultra low budget slasher flicks. It's got a pretty much unknown cast in it, except for some rapper that you think I'm supposed to know. Who's that again?
Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi. He's huge.
Right. Oh, you know what else I just realized?
Right.
What's up? I just realized that everyone's going to be watching that podcast now on the other with not the full screen. I just went to full screen. So I hope you all enjoy.
That's so much extra editing work for me. That's okay.
I hope you all enjoyed the first part of that where you were watching half the screen.
I'll fix it. In post. That's just going to be.
You think you can fix this, huh? Wow.
Well, I don't know what you were looking at, but I really hope I could.
Well, all kinds of stuff was popping up those screens. But guess what? Now it's going to look super. Now it's the way the screen should look. I just realized that.
Okay, good.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to start over, everyone.
Just going to keep talking.
It's the PGM podcast, Jackson.
Welcome. Yeah, everyone, welcome to the 4th episode.
No, we'll look. We're still feeling this out. We don't have a producer. We don't have someone who knows what he's doing on this end. So maybe Jackson can make the best of it, and if not, you'll wonder what the hell they're talking about. Well, yeah. So X is the film. Kid Cudi was in it. I think I knew the blonde actress from somewhere. Again, I feel bad.
I recognized her from somewhere, but I couldn't tell where.
You tell me your thoughts on the movie while I'm looking. I'll be our looking.
Yeah, X. So I liked this a lot. It was a really, really fun horror movie. You know, it kind of started a little bit generic, but I think they kind of did a good job of mixing like the classic 70s horror feel with more of a newer artsy vibe to it. I thought everyone was great in it. You know, the main female protagonist also played the main antagonist. They threw some pretty heavy makeup on her to make her look like a very, very decrepit old woman.
What was the point of that? The main ingenue, the young heroine of the film, also was put in a lot of prosthetics and makeup, and she was kind of the creepy old lady on the farm where all these teenagers were staying. Not teenagers, young adults. All these young adults were staying, and they were shooting a porn. That was the premise, is that they were on this barn shooting a porn film back in the 70s, and there's a creepy man and a creepy wife that live in the farmhouse, and things go awry. What was the point of having the same young actress play?
Well, kind of like the main I guess motivation behind the old lady for killing all these people was that she her husband couldn't, I guess, give her what the whole kind of, what am I trying to say?
She was definitely
she
jealous
wanted to
of
go
all
back
the
in
sex
time, and she was
time.
jealous. She was very jealous of the way that the young, protagonist looked. I think that she wanted to go back to a time when she looked the same way, and so I think that having the same actress play both of them kind of played into that, where it's like, oh, if I were in your shoes now, I could be doing all the things you're doing, or I could be doing whatever I wanted to without having the limitations of looking like an old lady.
Oh, it was Brittany Snow is the other actress that we recognize. She's from all the She's from the Pitch Perfect movies.
Okay, that's what it is.
Which I haven't seen, but I think your sister's had on the background like 500 times.
I saw one of them, I think, once.
Did you like it?
No.
So you liked X, this story. It was very graphic. Definitely some sex scenes.
Very graphic.
Some death scenes that got pretty graphic. I didn't care for this, Jackson. This wasn't my boo.
Really?
No, I didn't. You know what my biggest problem was is that I thought everyone acted in it just fine. It was very sluggish right off the get-go. I thought just the setup of finally getting them at the barn. I didn't feel like there was any unique relationship between any of them. I mean, it was like 5 of them. There was like the camera guy, the camera guy's girlfriend, the producer, the ingenue, and then the 2 main porn stars. But I didn't think anyone was bringing anything all that great to the table. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to take away from the young actress being the older woman. I definitely didn't find it scary. I found it icky more than anything.
Yeah, it wasn't really scary. It was more of just like, that's not fun to look at.
Yeah.
You know?
The director Ty West, who I guess wrote it, directed it, shot it, probably ran sound. I don't know. It looks like he's cut his teeth a lot on either some other low-budget horror films or some TV, some Scream Queens type stuff on TV. But no, I can't see me recommending this. It wasn't a dreadful film.
Really?
No.
I couldn't disagree with you more. That's so funny.
No, there's an alligator for some. I mean, I'm glad they brought the alligator around. That was probably the only suspenseful scene. And there's a great shot where a girl is being hunted by an alligator, and I won't tell you what happens, but it's done from a drone shot or an overhead through the lake where you see her just floating on her back, and then suddenly we knew it was coming, but suddenly off frame, you see this alligator slowly approaching her. With absolutely no sound. It wasn't like that dun, 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 you know. Sometimes the lack of sound is a good choice, and it was there. Mm-hmm. But that was probably the most suspenseful. I wasn't creeped out by the old couple in the house. I was ickied every time she would get naked or touch somebody, and no, the movie left me pretty empty. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, wow, interesting.
And we said,
what do you think about the how they would kind of do that thing where it would be like edited back and forth? Very quickly,
they did this.
Like...
Yeah, I thought that was annoying as hell. So let's
really, I love that.
No. Okay, so if you're looking at a scene in a restaurant and the next scene is going to be a scene at the farmhouse later in the day, they would do a quick shot in 3s. Like flashes of the next scene coming up. So it'd be like you'd be seeing the restaurant and suddenly farmhouse back to the restaurant and then farmhouse back to the restaurant and then farmhouse and then continue in the farmhouse. That was one of those things where I went, the editor was high or trying to make you look at the editing.
I liked it. I don't know why. It was very aesthetically pleasing to me. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. I wonder why they did that. I'm very curious to hear why they did that, but I did. I just enjoyed that style.
No, a little too artsy fartsy for me, especially for this type of film. I don't know. Maybe that works in some weird French foreign film, but on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, creepy 70s flick, no, didn't do it for me. Your Kid Cudi guy was fine. Looks like he works out.
Yeah, Kid Cudi did a good job. Yeah. I like him.
Jackson, you're the numbers guy. Scale of 1 to 10. What are you giving the A24 film?
I'm giving X an 8 out of 10.
Shut up. An 8.
Come on. What do you mean?
An 8.
What do you mean? How did you not enjoy this more? I was so confident you were going to like this.
No. We sat next to each other, too, but we both agreed we weren't going to... All the films we saw this week, we agreed we weren't going to say anything. We weren't going to do any kind of giveaways.
Yeah, for the podcast.
We're going to try not to tip off what the other one thought of the film, even though we watched it together. We got up. When we were done, we picked up our popcorn trash, because that's what we do as responsible moviegoers.
To the workers.
And we walked out, and we did not discuss the film at all. We simply went, okay. I think we might have said, like, who's the director of that? And looked him up or something. And that was about it.
That was about it, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. An 8 out of 10 for X?
Yeah, an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it a D plus.
Get the hell out of here! A D plus?
D plus.
Oh man, that's got to be your worst take of the year so far. That's like, wow.
I think you have a stick up your ass for anything that comes out of A24. I know you.
That's
love
not
that
true.
studio.
There's been plenty of A24 stuff that I haven't enjoyed.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna find X.
And I wasn't even didn't think I was gonna like it going in. I saw the trailer and the trailer looked like crap to me, and I was like, I'm not gonna like this. But I did.
All right. Well, if you want to see a really slow-moving, icky,
Don't listen to him. Go watch it. Go watch it. It's
torture
worth it.
film with, I guess,
Naked old people.
pointless naked old people, and that Jackson really liked. Go see X. Hunt it down in your local cinema. The good thing about our podcast, PGN, is that there's always another movie to see, Jackson. And
That's true. There's always another movie.
I think we can both agree that our second film of the year, huge studio blockbuster, I think it's safe to say, will be on our list of the 10 best films of 2020.
Get out of here. Get out of here. If you give this a higher rating than X, I'm gonna actually be upset.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When Jackson and I see a movie together, we can only hide our emotions so much. I think we both had a really hard time hiding our emotions during Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum in the new movie, also starring Brad Pitt, The Lost City. The Lost City.
Yeah. The Lost City.
Before I say anything about this film, I do want to mention this. This is what I looked at the second we left the theaters, because I had heard that it was doing, this has a 76 on Rotten Tomatoes.
From audiences or critics?
Critics. It's a 76. And the audience gives it an 86.
Who are they? Okay. What?
The Lost City is for Jackson's a little young for this. It's a throwback to kind of the 80s treasure hunting romantic films of the 80s, Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile and Alan Quatermain. And there was a bunch of films back in that era that was all kind of star-crossed lovers on a hunt for a lost city or a treasure or a golden something. First off, do you think they had chemistry together, Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock?
Not even a little
I'll
bit.
disagree with you there. I think they do play well together. I just don't think they had anything to play with. I think the script was abysmal.
Okay.
But I do think there's some chemistry to be had there.
When you word it like that, yes. But the way that they were written was their characters were written very...
The script is horrible.
Bad.
The script is horrible. Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter, is thrown in as a villain who kidnaps... Follow me here, because I still don't get this. Maybe you can explain, Jackson. Since she has written romance novels, she somehow is the only person in the world who can decipher hieroglyphics that will lead to a fictional city that she wrote about that turns out is real.
So the way that they explained it was that her and her husband, before she started writing books, were both archaeologists or whatever it is, that people who dig for shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I think that's what it's called. You can get a degree in that at USC.
Yeah.
Degree in digging up shit.
Degree in digging up shit.
Yeah.
But they both were the only people who could translate this language. But after her husband died, for money, she started writing romance novels that were inspired by the places they had studied together. And so then she kind of abandoned the whole archaeology thing. But Daniel Radcliffe found this little piece and was like, we need to translate this. Who can do it? And she was the only one.
How is somebody in a studio pitching this with a straight face right now? I mean... the whole time I was watching it, I was like, what the hell is going... And here's the thing. It's a comedy that's not funny. No, did we
At
laugh?
all.
Did we laugh? I think I may have chuckled.
The most that we got was a little like air out of the nose,
Yeah.
and it was, for me at least, it was mostly Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar.
Because Oscar, I thought, did a good job for what he was given.
He wasn't given a lot. Oscar Nunez from The Office, who I've known for years and had a TV show with for a while, and Jackson knows and has met. Kudos to you, Oscar. What you do is done very well. I just wish you had more to play off than goat jokes. And
they really could have given you more to work with.
They
man.
could have
That's
given
tough.
you.
I feel for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot to work with. I didn't think so, but what you did, you mined well. What'd you think of Brad Pitt?
He was probably one of the most interesting characters, I'd say.
Yeah,
because I thought
too.
that the best,
I think I would have seen
best
a movie
parts
about
of it.
him.
I would have too. If they had made a movie based off of that character, that would have been funny. Because like an ex-military guy, I think that would have been funny if they had played into that more. I think they killed him off way too early.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Well, or did they kill him off?
Oh yeah.
But he certainly doesn't save the proceedings here.
No. Not even a little.
His funniest line about the weatherman is a very funny line, but I've seen the trailer now 500 times about why are you so good looking, because my dad was a weatherman.
Yeah.
By the time you see it for the 500th time, doesn't have any effect.
That's one thing too, is they put all of the funniest moments in the trailer, and all the jokes that weren't in the trailer are
not great,
not good. And even though the ones that were in the trailer weren't great either, they're just below great.
I don't like
below a low bar.
I don't like Harry Potter as a villain.
Me either.
The first hour of the film, and it's a good 2 hours. It felt it. The first hour, I kind of felt sorry for Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. Like I was rooting for him. I'm like, come on, guys. I know this movie sucks. Just come on. Just keep going. Try to
get through it.
Try to make something going here. You got the leeches scene coming up, and try to have some fun. And then the second hour, I was just like, you know what? Screw you two for doing this. You could be doing it. You cashed a check here. This is not.
No, really.
They're better than this. They're both, and I'm not saying Sandra Bullock comedy, like the miscongeniality stuff is horrible, but Channing Tatum, he can be very funny. The 21 Jump Street movies are really funny. Sandra Bullock
Here's the
is
thing.
charming.
Here's the thing. When you get to a certain point as an actor, where you're at like the level of Channing Tatum and, I'm sorry, what's her name? I just completely
Sandra
blanked.
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. You can pick what you do. You don't have to do everything that's handed to you. You know, it's not like you're an upcoming actor that needs to take, the work to make money to pay bills. You have the luxury of creating your own thing. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, she did a drama earlier this year that tried to get some Oscar buzz that didn't get it, where she played the woman who got released from prison. And Tatum's done great stuff like Foxcatcher. He's great in that with the wrestling movie. But it's just like you go, okay, I get it. You want to do something fun or different against type. And here's the thing I try to remind myself too. Films can change. Like, scripts evolve during the shoot, and then directors make you do something a different way. But, oh my God, this got a 76 from critics. A 76.
How did that happen? This was horrible. I spent the whole time going, oh my God, like, when is this going to end?
It dragged quite a bit.
Yeah.
The Lost City, what was funny too is we were watching the trailers beforehand, and we saw maybe 6-7 trailers, Jackson, and then
none of them looked.
And
good.
we were all we just looked at each other and went, "Man, we are screwed. There is nothing.
We're done for.
I
think the only upcoming movie that me and you are both excited about is Everyone and Everything All the Time. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yep. And that just opened. Of course, we didn't go see that because it wasn't playing in a theater near us, but maybe we'll pull that one out next week. Is that an A24 film? It might be an A24, I think.
It might be. They have some good stuff coming up, too. I'm excited for Colin Farrell's new film as well, so.
Yeah. Great. Scale of 1 to 10. What are you? 7.5? Just a little below
I'm gonna go 2 out of 10 on this one. 2 out of 10 on The Lost City.
2 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. D-. I'm not going to give it a fail, but it's a D- because everybody involved in this is better.
This is a D-, but X is a D+.
Yes. So it's a little worse.
No shot. No shot.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy people talk right there.
Don't argue with science, Jackson. Don't.
I don't know. I'm arguing.
Don't argue with.
I'm trying.
But I think it's going to make money. I think people are going to go see it.
It'll make money. Well, first of all, I think we should mention that me and you were in a theater with pretty much entirely 60 plus.
All old people.
Crowd.
Old people, and they were loving it. They were loving it.
Oh, they were having a ball. They were.
When they weren't sleeping or taking hits off their ventilators, they were. That one guy was like.
was blowing his nose the whole time.
Oh, it was blowing the nose, just blowing COVID all over all of us. It was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we went to an early screening of this, and but I have a feeling, and then part of me is like, are we being too tough? This is just fluffy escapism. We're taking it too seriously. I'm like, no.
Fluffy escapism can be good sometimes, though. This just wasn't.
This was not. My apologies to that. What else is going on with you, buddy? What else is new?
I'm not sure. I'm heading back to school tomorrow.
School. Is there something?
Back up?
Is your mother making you something special for your last meal?
No, me and Killen are going out. Me and my sister are going out tonight.
Oh. Well, where are we going?
I don't know yet. We haven't figured it out. We're gonna find out.
Do you want my
input?
Do you want my input? I mean, like where we're all going?
Input?
Where we should all go together, like all of us?
Oh. See, I thought you and Mom... Well, actually, this is a good segue because you and Mom are going to go see a movie tonight.
Yeah. Are you still there? Did I lose your sound?
Yeah. No, I'm still here.
No, you just popped out on my end.
Oh, my bad. I was just going to say, this is a good segue because you and Mom are going to go see a movie tonight, right?
I think we might go see The Outfit. I think.
Okay, cool.
That's the new Mark Rylance film. And if it's really...
He's good.
Yeah, he is good. But if it's really good, I'll make you see it next week. Do you know Mark? You know what Mark Rylance is?
What?
He is an Academy Award nominated actor. How's that for a segue, Jackson? See, that's what makes me...
Oh, wow. That was a segue. That was a segue and a half.
Jackson, that's what makes me professional. The Academy Awards are tonight.
Tomorrow.
Well, technically, people are seeing this Sunday, so it's
tonight. True.
Right.
Tonight.
We're filming this on Saturday evening. You guys are first getting a shot at my horrible camera work on Sunday. I just burped. Is that allowed on a podcast?
That's allowed.
It was
on this podcast. I think it is.
A little one, yeah. But yeah, the Oscars. So most likely, a lot of people will be busy on a Sunday. I might be listening to this on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or for the 5th time on Thursday. But it is Oscar time. You know what? Before we get to our final segment, the Oscars, we should talk about the movie next week. I showed you next week is supposed to be, we're going to watch a train wreck film, our Clockwork Orange movie. And man, I feel like we almost did, but I don't want to get off course.
We almost did, but we should still do a train wreck movie this time.
Okay. Do you agree it's the one with the trailer I showed you?
Yes, please. It has to be that one because I'm too curious to not have it be that one.
Okay, we're going to try if we can find it. But I'm like, if it was hard to find Stranger Than Fiction, this might be impossible to find.
We'll find a way.
We asked, and we continue to ask all of you, please send in films, a great film that you think we probably have missed, something that fell through the cracks that both myself and my son have not seen. We want to watch that great film and then thank you, not like we did with The Giant, but thank you for turning us on to something. And then, just for giggles, we also want you to send us just an absolutely horrific film.
Horrendous.
Right. And something that we probably haven't seen or heard of, that you hate us so much that you want to push us to watch this film. And we have come up with a selection for this week, pending whether we can actually both find this on streaming or on demand. And thank you so much. We had a ton of people send in really bad films. If we did not pick it, it is still on the list. It will come back. Our selection this week comes from a friend of mine, Danielle Koenig. She is the host of a fantastic podcast called How to Survive with Danielle and Christine. So check that out. It's very good. Every week they have a guest and they tell a survival story. And it's funny and interesting and enlightening. But Danielle sent us a suggestion that the second I saw the trailer for it, because I had never heard of it, I sent it to Jackson and I said, I think this is real.
This is, yeah. Because the fact this is an actual film is completely insane.
It actually stars an actress who I had a big crush on back in the 80s, and she went on to do
Really?
Yeah. She actually went on to do some other stuff, including The Last Starfighter and Night of the Comet, which is one of my favorite movies of the 80s. But this movie from 1980 also stars Catherine Mary Stewart. It's directed by Menahem Golan. I think of Golan Films. That was like a low-budget studio then.
Yeah.
How would you describe it, Jackson, from the trailer? What does this look like?
It looks like a movie that tried to be every genre at the same time, consecutively. It's crazy. It's like a musical. It's like Grease, but also medieval. And it's futuristic, and there's cult themes, and dancing and motorcycles
and roller skates and
acrobatics
and sex on beds with multiple.
Yeah.
Here's the byline. In 1994, a young couple enters the world of the music industry and subsequently the world of drugs. Alfie and BB, there's some names, two sweet, naive youths from Moose Jaw, Canada, have come to America to compete in the 1994 World Vision Song Festival. Although the pair have talent, they are beaten out by the underhanded tactics of the festival favorites, another duo with the backing of BIM, Boogaloo International Music. Oh, and you'll never guess, its leader, Mr. Boogaloo. Though crestfallen for their loss, man, I would have seen this in the 80s, Jackson. I probably, if I could, I would have paid money. BB and Alfie are soon delighted to hear that Mr. Boogaloo has taken an interest in their music and wants to sign them to his label. All is looking up for the two until they begin to discover the dark underside of the rock and roll world.
I could have watched, first of all, two things. I could have watched the trailer 50 times and I would have never understood any of that plot line. Second of all, if I were to read you that log line, what would you think the movie would be called?
Xanadu.
Xanadu?
Yeah, it sounds
something like that. Dad, what's the movie actually called?
The movie is called The Apple. I still don't know what that means. I know a guy in the trailer holds up a giant apple.
They were holding big apples. That's all I know.
I'm going to guess it's some kind of metaphor for like Adam and Eve, like someone's tempted by the apple.
Think?
I think I get that vibe, but so somehow if we can track it down, because it looks too good, Danielle, thank you.
Or too bad.
Yeah, or too bad. Thank you very much, Danielle. We, this week, will do everything we can to watch in its entirety The Apple from 1980, starring a very young Catherine Mary Stewart.
Absolutely.
It was not nominated for any Academy Awards.
It's shocking. Completely shocking.
All right.
But speaking of which, I'm very curious to see what your picks are for this year's Oscars.
All right. So Jackson and I are we're gonna do the basic. I mean, every critic in the world puts this out there. For all those who don't know, I used to host an Oscar party back in the day when I was not a social shut-in. And we would have tons of people over, and we would have a big Oscar contest, and I would always fare very well. But now I have a son who thinks he might know a little bit more about movies than me, and I think we can all agree that's probably not true, since he didn't even know Sandra Bullock's name. I'm not going to dwell on that, but all right.
I'm sorry.
It's not like she hasn't. No, I understand. No, she hasn't really done much. Gravity, Speed. I mean, no, she's not really a big actress anyway whatsoever. But so we thought we would just kind of break down the Oscars that are coming up here in the next 24 hours and within 24 hours. And give us our thoughts. I think just for giggles, let's start with the three that nobody cares about and just tell me if it's a random pick, who you pick, and I'll put you down. Animated short, which one do you like, Jackson?
Didn't see any of them.
Okay, which one are you picking?
Okay, let's go with Robin.
Oh, guess what? That's what I picked as well. We both picked Robin.
I've actually heard of that before. So.
All right, live action short, Jackson. I'm not going to tell you the nominees. What do you pick?
I'm going to go with The Dress.
Oh, The Dress for Jackson. I'm going to go with The Long Goodbye. Oh, it was so good. The Long Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
The only problem is that I felt it took him forever to say goodbye to her.
Yeah, the goodbye felt a little too long.
It felt a little long, but for a live-action short, so good. I actually do like to see these a lot. I did not get to see them this year. And finally, documentary short. What do you like, Jackson? I like The Queen of Basketball.
I'm going to go with When We Were Bullies.
When We Were Bullies. Oh, Jackson thinks this could be like one of those sentimental bully like comeback stories.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I think so.
All right. Well, those are the three. Those are the ones we're just throwing a dart at the wall. Now we'll go what I call the second tier ones, where we will just run through. We're not going to give all the nominees, but very quickly, visual effects, Jackson. Dune, absolutely. I have that as well.
Dune.
Yeah,
it's going to be Dune.
I'm telling you right now, before we go through this, Dune's going to win the most Academy Awards this year.
I agree 100%.
Sound, Jackson, best sound.
Dune.
I have.
It's going to be Dune.
Yep, I have Dune as well. Production design.
Dune.
So do I. Yep. All right. So far you're pretty smart. Makeup and hairstyling.
Shocker. Dune.
No, I am not going Dune. I'm going The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Didn't see it.
Yep. Well,
so I cannot comment.
Well, there you have it. Editing, Jackson.
Okay, editing.
A little tougher.
I'm
one.
gonna say.
A little tougher.
I'm gonna say. I think they're gonna throw a bone and give it to Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up, you think? Wow.
I think they're gonna throw a bone and give it to Don't Look Up because I think Don't Look Up isn't gonna win anything else except for editing. That's my.
I don't think Don't Look Up is gonna win anything. I think it's between Dune and Tick Tick Boom, and I'm gonna go with Dune on this one as well. But,
see, Tick Tick Boom is what I want to win.
Well, do you want to change? Do you want to change it? We're not doing what we want to win yet. We're saving that for top tier. But if you want to change it, it's what you think will win right now. This is for contest.
I'll change the Tick Tick Boom. I'll change the Tick Tick Boom.
Look, hey, I'm marking. Hey, listen, everything is in pencil, buddy. Everything is in pencil.
Everything is in pencil.
Don't second guess your choices. Costume design, Jackson. Costume design. Who do you have?
Dune.
I have Cruella. You're going to lose that one. Okay, so I'll put Jackson next to Dune.
The costumes are so cool in Dune, though.
Yep, okay. Just remember, I picked Cruella. Okay. Cinematography. Who do you like, Jackson?
This is the first tough one that I got to because I think it really comes down between Dune and The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Okay, so what are you going to do? What's it going to be?
But I think that in the end it's going to go to Dune.
It is going to go to Dune. I have Dune as well. So does Jackson. You're very good, but you're reeling from the costume design. Original song. Is anything going to be Billie Eilish? No Time to Die? That's what I got.
Oh, I thought Encanto was going to win.
Oh, you can go with Encanto. They say that's a chance.
I'm going Encanto.
Oh, Jackson's going with the feel good. I'm going with Billie Eilish. She'll be there wearing baggy pants, singing all her depressing songs or whatever. Original score, Jackson. Who do you like? This is a tough one.
I like Dune.
I like Dune too. I'm telling you, Dune is going to win a lot.
Dune's going to sweep.
Stuff. Although Power of the Dog was a pretty good score.
Power of the Dog was great. Did Johnny Greenwood do Power of the Dog?
I would know that. I don't.
I'm going to Google it.
While we're done, I don't even know Sandra Bullock's full name. Documentary feature, Jackson. This one's a lock.
I didn't see any of them, but I'm going to go with Attica because I like that movie, Dog Day Afternoon.
Okay, well, you are 100% incorrect. Summer of Soul will win that. Thank you for playing. I have.
You think?
I know. By the way, Jackson.
Did you see that?
No, but I know.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, if you say so.
Everything I pick is going to win. So people at home, if you want to fill out your office ballots.
It was Johnny Greenwood that did Power of the Dog, and he did very good. Shout out Johnny Greenwood.
Look at you, Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Good job. Hey, animated feature, Jackson. Any thoughts?
Encanto. It's going to go to Encanto.
I have Encanto as well, yeah. Although a lot of people tell me The Mitchells versus the Machines is a much better film, Netflix one.
It could be, but they're going to go for it. It's Oscar bait, I think. It's gonna
All right, so now we're up to our top tier categories where you will tell me not only who you think should win, but of course who will win. First one is our international feature, or better known as the foreign film. You have Drive My Car, Flee, The Hand of God, Lunana, A Yak in the Classroom. What the hell is that? And nor have I. And The Worst Person in the World. Who do you think should win?
The worst person in the world should win.
I
the worst
agree.
person in the world should win every award on this list, but they're not gonna.
Yeah, the worst person in the world. My pick for second best film of the year. Absolutely. However, it's not going to win. Jackson, what's going to win?
Drive My Car is going to win.
I agree 100%. I think Drive My Car, which is also in my top 10.
Also a fantastic film.
Great
That's
film.
top 5 for sure.
I think it has more press and it's more over the radar than The Worst Person in the World. Adapted screenplay nominees are Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. Who should win this one, Jackson?
Drive My Car should win.
Drive My Car, I agree 100% should win. It's the best written film on there. My pick for winner, the film I think will win this, I think is the worst written film of the 5 nominees, and it did not even make my top 10 list. That's Coda. I think Coda's going to win screenplay.
So Coda is the only one on this list that I have not seen.
Okay.
Again,
this is not what you've seen. This is what you think will win.
I think Drive My Car is going to win this too.
Wow. Oh, that's a bold
I think they're going to double. I know it's a bold move. I think they're going to go double foreign on the.
You are going to be lucky to get 3 correct on this entire ballot. Original screenplay nominees are Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. Who should win this, Jackson?
The worst person in the world should win this.
See, I can't because.
No.
What was
don't say it.
My pick for number 1 film of the year is Licorice Pizza. So what I think should win is Licorice Pizza. I love that movie just a tad bit more than
It's
Worst Person
a
in the
great
World.
movie, but I think the worst person in the world is written better.
Okay, I can see that. But that's not really the question here, Jackson. That's not what decides who gets the money, and we are going to be betting, I'm telling you right now, somewhere in the area of $1,000 to $1,500.
I think worst person in the world should win, by the way, if that was not clear.
I know you think the worst person should win. I think Licorice Pizza should win. However, Jackson, neither one of those is going to win. The winner will be
They're not.
The winner
is going to be Belfast.
Belfast, I agree.
Yeah. Belfast is going to win this.
We both have Belfast. Yeah,
It was fine.
P.T. Anderson's been nominated. This is his 4th nomination for screenplay, and he probably will not win for the 4th time. But Kenneth Branagh, it's a good film. It's a good film, just not as good as the others. Actress in a supporting role, we have Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, Ariana Dubois, whatever, West Side Story, Judi Dench in Belfast, Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog, and Ingenue Elise in King Richard. Who should win, Jackson?
Kirsten Dunst.
Power
of the Dog.
No, too slow, too nothing.
She's good in that.
She drinks a lot. She just she drinks and she looks miserable. If I had to pick one, and this is probably one of my least favorite categories, but to be honest with you, I would pick Ingenue Elise from King Richard. I think she held her own.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
she's good. She held her own with Will Smith, and she's very, very strong and very believable. However, neither one of those are going to win. This is a lock, Jackson. Please tell me you're not picking anyone besides Ariana DeBose.
I am picking Ariana DeBose.
Yeah,
yes,
she will win, and everyone will be happy. And no one really saw West Side Story, but they're gonna vote for her anyways. What do you think? You didn't see West Side Story. You still need to see that. Right.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Want to? I don't know if I want to.
Jackson,
see it.
You are a film student now. If you're going to sit through The Apple from 1980 about a Canadian duo, then I think you can sit through West Side Story.
I can, but I don't know if I would choose to unless I had to.
God, you're such a snob. How did I raise?
I'm sorry. I'm not going to see movies I don't want to.
Snob?
If I don't have to.
You sat through The Lost City, Jackson.
Yeah, because I had to for our podcast.
That's true.
Because I'm for the people.
For the peeps. Well, they appreciate it.
Okay, actor in a supporting role.
Yeah, why don't you read out the final 5? I did enough.
All right, awesome. So for our first category, we have actor in a supporting role. Mm-hmm. We have, I hope I'm pronouncing this right.
I think it's Kieran Hines.
Kieran Hines for Belfast.
I think so. Yes.
Troy Kotzer for Coda. Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. Who do you think should win?
You know what? This was a tough one for me, but believe it or not, I'm going to go with J.K. Simmons in Being the Ricardos.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, he played the actor who played Fred on I Love Lucy. J.K. Simmons is so solid. I mean, Whiplash is the one that he won the Oscar for before. But this is a lot more subtler role, and it's not as big and flashy as some of the other ones in this, although everyone's kind of low-key performances. None of them blew me away, but if I had to say the one that I thought kind of packed the most punch, I'd go with J.K. Simmons. What about you?
Interesting. I'm going to go with the one that I couldn't pronounce. Is it Kieran?
Well, first off, I
Hines?
hope it's not a woman, because this is the actor in a supporting role, and he played the grandfather.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Syrian.
I know, you just said the woman's name who I can't perform. Yeah, so this is what I do.
My bad.
By the way,
See,
it's,
all right.
just so you know, it's pronounced Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, okay.
No. But
How do you say his name?
I think it's Kieran or Kieran
Hines.
It's either Ciaran or Kieran Hines.
Ciaran or Kieran Hines. I thought he did a great job in Belfast. That's who I'm picking to win. But I don't think any of these were really like performances that really like struck me in any meaningful capacity.
I didn't.
I think that they were better picks.
People were all over Cody Smith McPhee and the Power of the Dog, and then all the controversy came out about some of the homophobic thoughts on Power of the Dog. I'm not even going to tackle that one, but he kind of came down the radar a little bit. So neither one of our picks are going to win. The winner is going to be Troy Kotzer from Coda. And
I thought Cody Smith McPhee was going to win.
Well, you can think that. Go ahead. Let me mark that right on here.
Well, this is the issue because I haven't seen Coda.
Jackson gets another
so I can't
one.
Judge.
No. Jackson gets another one wrong. Let me just make sure I have that on my sheet here. Okay.
I bet everyone that I get wrong is going to be one that I didn't pick Coda because I didn't see it.
And, well, sometimes you don't see something, but you still know where the street's taking you. You hear the vibe on the streets. You talk to the inside people, the industry folks. You
just know. You
know.
feel it in your bones.
All right. I say Troy
anyways.
will win. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Actress
okay,
in a leading role?
Actress in a leading role. We have Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman in The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz in Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos, and Kirsten Stewart in Spencer.
Kristen Stewart. And you hated The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter sucks, frankly.
No, The Lost Daughter did not make my top 10 list, but it would have been top 15, top 20. I thought I liked it. I liked it a lot more than you did. Yeah,
it was so unlikable. Everyone made me want to just rip my skin off. It was just.
Well, I don't think any screenplay is going to get over that feeling. I mean, if that's what you feel, then you are most definitely
just every character just nails on a chalkboard, man.
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
I did not pick her to win. The person I think who should win, and I'll tell you right now, will win. I have Jessica Chastain, The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
So here's the thing: in this entire list, I've only seen The Lost Daughter, so I don't have much to go off of. I just put for who I want to win. I put Kirsten Stewart because I heard she was great in Spencer.
Okay. She was actually the front runner for quite some time, and then she kind of lost steam just because the film did not perform very well, and I don't think as many people saw it. But she's still up there. It's not a horrible.
But I said I think the Academy is going to pick Olivia Colman.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me move your J. I thought you were committing to she would win. You think?
No, I want Kirsten.
You want
Stewart
her to
win.
Got you. But you're gonna.
But I think that Olivia Colman is going to take the cake.
Okay, that'd be your second Academy Award after the one where she played the Queen, which I can't remember the name of right now. But
The Favorite.
Yeah, The Favorite. Yes, which was a good film.
So I got to see that still. I got to watch that. I love that.
Listen. You have to see The Apple first before we do anything else.
Oh, true. The Apple.
Next, Jackson.
So next we have actor in a leading role. We have Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith in King Richard, and Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth.
What do you think should win?
Andrew Garfield.
I agree. Look at us agreeing on finally something here in the top tier picks.
Look at that.
Yeah. I thought he was fantastic. I mean, I thought
he did a great job.
That's one of the performances that I think elevated the whole film. Like where you go,
no, yeah,
I can't see anybody else in it, and he made that a better film than it would have been with other actors. And I don't think you can say that. I don't think you can say that about anyone else here, to be honest with you.
I agree.
He's
I
not.
agree
He's not.
completely.
He's not going to win though.
He will not win though.
Who's going to
No,
win?
He will not win.
Who's winning, Jackson?
Benedict Cumberbatch is going to
Wow.
win. For Power of the Dog.
Let me just mark this down. Another one wrong for Jackson.
Who would win over that?
The winner will be Will Smith and King Richard. That's all right.
Really?
Listen, you're going to get better. This is your first year, buddy. You're going to get better.
He's gonna.
You're good.
Really? You think so?
Listen, there's going to be a lot of
Why?
disappointment tomorrow. Just trust me. You're going to learn how this all works.
I hope this ages so well for me.
So
I
when
hope this ages so well for me.
when I have almost a complete 100% ballot, and you've gotten 2 right because you picked Dune for a couple of effects. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. You're
okay.
You're good enough.
If you say
You're
so.
good enough,
You're just digging your own grave right now.
All right. So you got Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog, to win. I'm going to take Will Smith and King Richard. We have 2 categories left, Jackson.
2 more, 2 big ones. First, we have the best director. We have Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. We have Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. We have, of course, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. We have, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this name, Raisuke Hamaguchi for
Pretty good.
Drive My Car. I think that was fine. And, of course, Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Dad, who do you want to win?
Really? Seriously? It's my favorite film of the year. I just love it. I treasure it. He is not going to win, but I would love to see P.T. Anderson take home for Licorice Pizza. Jackson, who do you...
I agree.
You agree? Well, look at you.
Paul Thomas Anderson should... I think I would be very happy with this or the Drive My Car. I think both are very well...
I thought you were going to pick Yamaguchi for Drive My Car. I'm surprised.
It was better written, I think, but
this is directing.
I think directing wise, it should go to PTA.
Unfortunately, we are both incorrect, Jackson. If there is one lock,
no, neither of them are going to win.
One lock this year, it will be a female director. It's time. It's Jane Campion.
Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog.
Yeah, you did get that. Thank God, Jackson, you're back on. See, now I feel, because you're going to feel better that you got something right.
Yeah, no, this is just... I'm sure I will.
You got something
I'm sure
right.
I will.
All right. And then the
we
final
have the big
category that they air at like midnight when it's been on for 4 hours is what, Jackson?
The big one, we have Best Picture. And our nominees are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story, and I wish that there was one more slot for what should win, which is The Worst Person in the World. Yeah. But there isn't, because the Academy sucks so hard.
What do you think about them, Jackson, before we get to our picks on Best Picture? What do you think about them not having the big, crowd-pleasing studio films? Like, there's no Spider-Man, except for, I think, special effects. The only thing from No Time to Die, which was a huge success for the Bond franchise and critically acclaimed, it gets song. That's it. I mean, they said that the reason they were going to do 10 films now instead of 5 is so they can open the category and get more movies and films that more people have seen. And these are all, with the exception of maybe West Side Story, which opened because it's a Spielberg movie, so it got a big opening. They're kind of smaller films. I mean...
Yeah,
do you think
and only one foreign film too?
Yeah. Do you think there should be, because they've played with the idea of doing a category of best favorite film, or best blockbuster film, or
that? I would be fine with that. I'd be fine with best blockbuster, but I don't know if I would be though, because then I don't know how you differentiate a blockbuster from an actual...
Is that demeaning it? Is that when you go, oh, I guess no?
I think it's demeaning it.
Spider-Man: No Way Home does not be, is not allowed to be on the same level as a Drive My Car or a Power of the Dog. I mean,
yeah, I think they should be included. I don't know if I would be, I didn't see No Time to Die. I think that Spider-Man was a better movie than Don't Look Up. I think it was a better movie than Nightmare Alley.
Yeah.
I think The Worst Person in the World wipes the floor with every single movie on this list, but...
all but one.
So.
Which would be my pick. No surprise here. If I was picking my pick, Best Picture of the Year, my number one pick, Licorice Pizza.
I also would like if Lick Pete's won the Academy.
Because that is now number 2 on your list, being bumped by Worst Person in the World.
Yes,
However, that does not stand a chance in hell. This is a two-pony race. If you don't pick one of these two movies, it is down to Power of the Dog or Coda. Jackson, which one did you pick?
I went with Coda.
You are correct, Jackson. I'm so proud of you. I said Power of the Dog.
I was going to say Power of the Dog, and then I asked you who directed Coda, and you said it was also a female director.
Yeah. And
so I think that because I think that if Coda was directed by a man, I think the Academy would have wanted more of like would have gone with the female pick.
Well, the female pick's going to get it for director. This is going to be it's rare.
That's what I'm saying.
It happens. But it is rare that the director and the best picture are different. Usually they're the same. Like whoever's best director, you go, well, that's going to win best picture. This will be one of those years where it does not match. Dune's going to be the big winner overall. It's going to win all those junky ones that were like, okay, I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying we don't really want to hear the guy who did production design drone for 10 minutes and thank his Uncle Barry from Denver. I don't think do any of us pick a big surprise? Well, you pick some. Your big surprise,
what was my big surprise?
Benedict Cumberbatch would be a huge upset. Olivia Colman.
Really?
Yep. Olivia Colman would be a bit of a surprise. If Cody Smith-McPhee beats Troy Kotzer, I'm going to drive down to your school every week and clean your bathroom for you.
Okay, we have that recorded.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we have that recorded.
Okay. Here's the deal. If Troy Kotzer loses to Cody Smith-McPhee in The Power of the Dog for actor and supporting role, I'm going to drive down and clean your dorm bathroom for you every week for a month.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a deal. All
right. And if I'm right and Troy Kotzer wins,
oh no,
you are going to sit through The Giant in its entirety.
Oh no, that's a worse punishment.
That's not a good one. All right.
Oh man. Well, all right.
What's weird is I normally would say goodbye to you and that at this point in time. But actually, you're upstairs. I got relegated to my dog with the blog,
the living room
poster, and my little now available.
You're repping it.
Now available on Disney Plus. Next week we are going to try to watch The Apple. That's our Clockwork Orange movie of the month. Something so terrible. Thank you, Danielle Koenig. We're going to try to sift through that if we can find. Maybe it's on Laserdisc somewhere, but we're gonna
Laserdisc.
I don't know. We're gonna give it a shot. We're also gonna be back with reviews of Morbius. That's the big one opening next week. And if we can, we're both busy. Jackson's got to, not flunk out of school, and I've got stuff to do. We may try to hunt down that Everything Everywhere to Everyone, or
I'm going to see it eventually, anyways.
Yeah,
so
we're going to hunt it.
We'll talk about it at some point, even if it doesn't come up this week.
So we're going to shoot for those 3 next week, and more shenanigans and all that stuff. Are you hungry?
A little bit. I could eat right now.
I could eat. You could always. Yeah, I could eat.
I could always eat.
I could always eat a little bit. And you know what? I don't want to end on a sad note.
What'd you say?
I said I don't want to end on a sad note.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you want to end on?
Well, I was gonna say, my Christmas present to Jackson this year. Was tickets to go see the Foo Fighters in LA this summer, and today
I'm you know what I realized this morning that I may never see the Foo Fighters live again, ever.
You might what?
I may never see the Foo Fighters live.
I think that it's going to take some time. I don't know what Dave.
Well, when Kurt Cobain died, they never made music again.
Yeah, I know. I think that Dave Grohl will. I think music heals, and I think he will do something, whether it's called the Foo Fighters or him, or I think we'll hear those songs again. I don't know if we're going to see them live this year, but that kind of threw both of us for a punch last night.
No, definitely.
I heard that. So condolences out to any and
all.
No,
definitely, 100%.
Any and all who knew that. With that said, say something to bring it back up, Jackson. Do you want to? You know what I want to do? Name 5 Sandra Bullock movies right now.
Miss Congeniality.
1.
The Lost City.
2.
Gravity.
3.
Miss Congeniality 2.
4. Good call.
And one more that I'm going to tell you right now is
I
the drama
cannot slow this bus down. If we
She
go
was in
under,
Speed?
Was she in Speed? Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for my son.
I
On
see
behalf
that.
of myself,
The last time I saw
Regan
that was with
Burns,
you when I was like
and
10.
Jackson Burns. This is
so
parental guidance suggested. Listen, I'm going to talk to him. He's upstairs right now. We're going to get this all straightened out. Next week, I will make sure we don't have any kind of embarrassing moments like this. Thank you all for listening and watching on YouTube. Until next time. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.